So I'm here with Rudy Craig, and we're just talking about Rudy Craig's his love of raw milk. And,
when I was a kid, I used to read in bed, and so I would bring up a tall glass of milk.
You'd have a glass while we read together. You'd have a glass of
And
milk,
then
then you'd take up another glass.
You know, I guess we're lucky we don't get milk at the store. We gotta go get milk at the store again. Why?
Good thing we own the cows.
Good thing we own the cows.
Okay, so Rudy, how have you been sick this year? Okay. Do you have allergies?
No.
Do you have asthma?
No.
Any creaks? Any bones that go? Oh.
That's no fair.
Oh, I fell into that one.
You did.
So, and grades pretty good at school?
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
And
average.
Reader.
you're already in touch with your purpose in life. You, from our other film that you were talking about, you want to be a filmmaker. Right?
I'm getting a really good education. I'm actually doing really well in school.
And you're working a small job here on the farm with the eggs. Okay, so and you're a raw milk drinker. How is that so?
How's that working for you? Pretty well, huh?
Yeah, it's like everything kind
And
of...
especially considering he was adopted from Russia, because those children, when they're in that orphanage,
gosh.
I think oatmeal was a pretty
Oatmeal
common.
That's
with
why.
water,
That's
I
why I
believe.
used to not like oatmeal when I was a
We
kid.
couldn't get any
Long time.
oatmeal for about 3 years.
Because that was his staple food.
I think it was a staple food. I think it was made with water. We make it with milk. We put crispy nuts on
And
with
maple
maple
syrup.
syrup,
All-
cinnamon.
And all the kids in the orphanage had really raspy cough. It was just 100 kids, and they all had it. So it was not an ideal environment, and we've totally turned that around. He's fantastic.
He said he had a chronic ear infection, no longer that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've
Oh, yeah.
worked through that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And no antibiotics, as part of that either. So that's
We tried antibiotics.
I think that early, before we were enlightened.
Yeah. But we take cholera from the store, the fermented stuff. Okay, it is good for you, but warning to the kids, burns.
It what?
It burns.
It burns.
fermented.
The cinnamon tingle.
I
Tingles.
recommend those little gummy
Gummy fish?
They have
yes.
gummy fish now.
because they don't have any taste. At least they do not sweet, but they don't have any taste. As opposed to cinnamon, it really burns the nose.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
Especially,
poor
and you have to
baby.
squeeze it into your. So of course, if you get it up your nose, you're sneezing.
so don't get cod liver oil up your nose.
No, like, you get kind of the cinnamon, and whenever you breathe, you sneeze.
Well, as leaders of the Weston A. Price chapter in this area, I mean, you have a large area that you're responsible for, right, New Holstein? So we all know, one of the great foods is a raw milk, right? The full-fat raw milk from.
Full fat.
But more importantly, what's the important part of raw milk, Rudy? Can you enlighten us about that? Anything about how the animals are raised?
Okay. Oh yeah, when we were talking, I just learned about this in cultures. What corned beef? That is, if you want to eat that, go. But just go away because corn, they feed, I guess the diet of the animals is really important. Because quite a few years ago, somebody got the idea, hey, if I feed these guys corn, it's really cheap. And they also make milk quicker. And now, here's the thing, they have these cows where they can feed them completely with corn, and that is bad for the animal. Because cows are not supposed to eat corn. That's what a chicken's for. Get your facts straight, okay?
What's a cow supposed to eat?
A cow's supposed to eat grass.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's just kind of everything nowadays is about money, speed, production, money.
Bigger, faster, cheaper.
Bigger,
Yes, yeah, there we go.
fatter, faster, cheaper.
Yeah, it's just, okay, slow down.
So your cows here are.
Oh, jeez, they've got the world by the tail. We have pastors. They think Irish meadow out there. We just let them out in the lane and they go. It's like everything kind of cycles. As opposed to getting corn, you gotta have it picked from the place. You gotta have it brought to the place. You gotta have it shipped, and then you gotta feed it to the cows. And if you're in the stalls, then you gotta take out all the manure and all that, and then you gotta make sure that they're all healthy because they're inside. They can hardly turn around. The cows, they don't see any sunlight. Some of those in factory farms, they don't see any sunlight. They're just stuck there all their life, and they just all the expenses just piles up because you gotta keep them alive for one thing, because you're feeding them corn, which you have to pay for to truck in. With this, the food is right there. They eat it, and then they fertilize it with their poo. So
It's a perfect system, isn't
yeah,
it?
it just
now?
kind of recycles, and then they go back, milk, and go back out to a different field. With our chickens, they just bugs love cow pies, and chickens love bugs. So what we do is we have the cows, so then we go milk them, when we move them to a new pasture, then we set the chickens in the old one. So of course, we got the craters about the size of the table where mud pies used to be, because the chickens just love the bugs. So then basically the chickens follow the cows, and they all get grass, and the chickens, they actually get, they do eat some of the grains and wild herbs out there and stuff, but they get chickens. A lot of people think, my chicken is on a vegetarian diet. Wow, all good. Chickens are omnivores. They're supposed to eat. They can eat like meat too. So
Bugs, scavengers.
Bugs are protein, yeah.
And they're scavengers too.
So yes, it's a really good
And we've
system.
actually seen them eat a frog, haven't we? Chicken.
Oh yeah, they used to.
I saw them eat a mouse.
I've seen them. I should have brought a video camera. I swear they're playing football. Okay, so there's the frog. She's running, and she gets tackled by a bunch of other chickens, and the frog goes up in the air. And then another chicken's got it. Yeah, poor frog. But it's just not to mention how the chickens inside, they're just stuck in cages about this big, say, and there's like at least 5 or 6 that can't even move. So, but with these, they're running around. They're scratching for bugs. They're just go and have a great time. You want to see how big those drumsticks are? Wow, because they've been running out there and they've been exercising. Wow.
And are the eggs different too?
The eggs, yellow, glorious.
Glorious.
In fact, I took a picture. I did this one. I made an egg about it this summer, cracked it, and it went perfect. A complete white and just a nice orange. So I turned the pan. I turned on that light. And I got my camera, and I took a perfect one of those classic shots of like the perfect, round egg
Right.
inside the pan, and it was just a beautiful picture. I think I still have that photograph, so that would be a perfect example of how an egg's supposed to look.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever seen an orange yolk on an egg before.
Yeah.
And you see them all the time.
I get with some of our cheese. I get, what is that stuff in your sandwich at school? It's not orange. It's not this bright orange. That's not even found in nature. It doesn't look like Crayola, so it's not cheese, obviously.
Let me ask you something. If you had something to tell young farmers that are coming up, I know you're not planning to farm, although you're very, very knowledgeable about farming and new farming ways. What piece of advice would you have for future farmers?
For people farming?
For younger farmers like yourself, for young people like you that want to grow up and be a farmer.
Stick to your principles, and you're definitely going to run into some hard work, so keep your chin up. Yes.
Great.
That's all I can say. I'm more of a worker.
You're the worker
the
bee.
owner, so
That's it.
Go grass-based.
let them eat the grass.
Let them eat grass. There you have it. Thanks, Rudy. Watch for Rudy in the future. Don't you see a future in film for this young man?
I
I wish he'd stay in farming. He's very knowledgeable. Maybe a film about farming,
do. There we
Rudy.
go.
Yeah.
A documentary.
Even about bacteria and fungi.
Actually,
No. He doesn't know what good literature is. He just reads about dirt and soil, bacteria,
what is good literature, Rudy?
science fiction.
Harry Potter, Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what's good literature.
Well, this family is off on their way to Florida for a much deserved vacation at Disney
Disney
World.
World.
Well, yeah.
We're
and
going to
Universal-
Disney World.
And Universal Studios.
And Universal Studios. So, okay, enjoy yourselves and thanks.
Thank
We'll
you.
be touching
Thank
back
you.
base with you. Let's plan to talk again after.
Things get resolved one
Yes.
way or another.
Yeah, a little celebration on the front porch.
There we go.
Look for
Here you go. Here's the front porch. That's where we'll all gather around, and there's their wonderful store. I'll show you the inside of the store in just a minute. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Bye.